Yo, yeah. That it work out. That on money wreck out. That it still work out. One on money black out. We not here for it. We got baby a dream. It's time for us to pull hands together. Move our country forward. Let's stop the haste. Focus on our country. Pushing fake messages. And I go for us. Let us stop the money. Yeah. Well, in Liberia, overseas. You paint your country black. You feel style on social media. You are workout. No need no blame. On a money blackout. You gotta stop it. All the hate messages you preaching, you not doing it to the blackout. You doing it to the people, the poor people, the people you claim to love, the people you want to rule. That it work out, that on money work out, that it still work out. One on money blackout, yeah before, yeah. That it work out, that on money work out, that it still work out. One on money blackout, we not here for it. We got baby a dream. Work out, making us hating one another, encouraging us to spoil our country needs. So we should go and demonstrate. You will be there, demonstrating, yeah. Let me ask you, work out. When we spoil our country, who will help us face it? They say no, work out, say no. When you bring out a hala, who will help us settle it? They say no, work out, say no. Taking shock out of gain power. We not here for that kind of flower. Work out, get black out, the chance. If we are one. If we are one. Get president, we are the chance. If we are one. If we are one. Can't you see he's very rose? If we are one. If we are one. He's building hospital for all of us. If we are one. If we are one. Take a look at the estates he's building. If we are one. If we are one. Say nothing, we get you military hospital. If we are one. If we are one. Say nothing, we just in new market. If we are one. If we are one.
It trains on the beat.
It's your bonaro. That it work out. That on money work out. That it still work out. One on money blackout. Yeah before. Yeah. That it work out. That on money work out. That it still work out. One on money blackout. We not here for it. We got baby a dream. It's time for us to pull hands together. Move our country forward. Let's stop the haste. Focus on our country. Pushing fake messages. And I go for us. Let us stop the money. Yeah. Well, in Liberia, overseas. You paint your country black. You feel style on social media. You are workout. No need no blame. On a money blackout. You gotta stop it. All the hate messages you preaching, you not doing it to the blackout. You doing it to the people, the poor people, the people you claim to love, the people you want to rule. That it work out, that on money work out, that it still work out. One on money blackout, yeah before, yeah. That it work out, that on money work out, that it still work out. One on money blackout, we not here for it. We got baby a dream. Work out, making us hating one another, encouraging us to spoil our country needs. So we should go and demonstrate. You will be there, demonstrating, yeah. Let me ask you, work out. When we spoil our country, who will help us face it? They say no, work out, say no. When you bring out a hala, who will help us settle it? They say no, work out, say no. Taking shock out of gain power. We not yet for that kind of flower. Where can we get black out the chance?
We are one. We are one.
Get president, we are the chance.
We are one. We are one.
Can't you see? He's very wrong.
Yeah, so, presiding colleagues, there's a tendency where people say we pick up one thing, we talk about it 2 days, and then we leave it because something else happened. The same way I did not leave what was digging issue, I would not leave the work plan from central bank to tell us how they're printing money, when the money coming, and when is the cut-off point that we will be using the old bank note. It is part of the resolution. They must comply. The central bank people were here a few weeks ago, about a week or 2 ago, and they said they were submitting the work plan. It was a demand and mandate from plenary. It's going to 2 weeks now. We haven't seen it, so I'm reminding us that a committee on banking and currency should be made to get the central bank to respond to this issue endorsed by plenary.
Last time the CBF formula was here, right?
Yes, and it was from there, this body said, because they said money coming, some money in the vault, they bring it some, we know what they will infuse some, the new money they get some in the vault, they put this one in the market, or give us a work plan. Because we want to know 2 things. When you finish printing all the money, number 2, at what point we'll know that the old Liberian, the legacy bank note, will not be legal tenant in Liberia. We want to know the drawdown plan, the work plan. And central bank said they were giving 2 days to submit that report. They haven't done so. This is a reminder call. And while I'm on my feet as well, and I'm making motion because I got 2 AOB issues there, the Minister of Finance must be given a definitive date to appear before this body with the verified, credible, authentic list of debtors that we're supposed to pay. The minister is on radio and other places saying the list that was submitted formally, officially by the Minister of Finance to this body after our insistence, collective insistence. He said our list are draft. Are claimants. Anybody can go to Finance Ministry and say, I did business with government owe me before they knew that list. We ask for verified list. So even that unverified list that was sent here, I see there goods and services, Ministry of Finance. So Ministry of Finance complaining to ASA that they did goods and services to government, and government must pay debt to Ministry of Finance. Come explain to us that $84 million, my people. That $84 million, and that's a bulk check. You know, this is not political politics. This is pure, simple check and balance. Oversight. We want to know who did business with government. What qualified company A?
So, but we're starting cross-examination next week, so it will be good. When the prosecution continues to produce evidence, they have had their first witness instead, thankfully. They rested with that witness today. We will resume on Monday, and then we'll begin to cross-examine the witness. I think the way the trial is proceeding, we are quite happy. And we hope we can move a little faster in order to get this.
My colleague, the issue of rape is serious, and if we don't even appear to be serious discussing the matter, then we should not have brought it here. Mr. Chair, we work for the people out there. people are paying attention to what we will do during this hearing and what comes out of it. The issue of rape is grave, it's serious, it's alarming, and we will have all of the authorities.
Do we expect Ambassador Walker and Senator Lovely Kanga to also serve on the witness stand?
Well, I wouldn't say that because it's the prosecution who would need them as witnesses. They have the option to either bring them or not to bring them. We will be glad if they were to avail.
So was your expectation met today?
Very well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
That was
lead lawyer of Mr. Alexander Cummings, who was here at the court today. He just left the court, and we are then facing some technical problem at the court here. So we hope to talk to the chief prosecutor of this case, who is the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia.
Session now. So
yeah, that's a procedure because we have to mark all the documents that we brought to court. So we just completed with 2 people.
Me, a Bagana in a race. I will not vote. Yes, because number one, we vote for the mayor who told you that we can't see the party is not to us. They say they we are for us. They were coming for us. Kupa was there. Oh, Yama Bono was getting our 80%. They say the was coming for us. They thought we can hear again. They say, oh, how they put them on a joint and communicate. Then I'm Molu. Why you so kind won't keep Kesawa? We will eat it with us. So today, Moruba Molu, you cannot speak on the kitchen and blast it to him. When you will not get it, that was here in city place. Everything again. Everything we look at again. So today, Moruba Molu, he can't keep us. So either bring a car to watch it, yes, and he can't do it. For this coming election, Papa, don't let a society, we the grown-up people, our eyes open. Everybody carry Joseph Walker. Me.
Who he encouraged to support CDC? And come and say, you are supporting CDC. Yeah. So, Mr. Belete is a dishonest man. This man is genetically incapable of talking true. He lied about everything brazenly. He lied brazenly about everything. So that's the first thing you gotta look at that thing. Mr. Belete, it was not the people alone that supported Joe Weah. You campaign, you endorsed Mr. Joe Weah for the second round against Councillor Blonsky Eva. So why are you blaming our people for supporting Joe Weah? That's wrong. So the first dishonesty there, we gotta pick that dishonesty apart. The second thing is, Mr. Belete, try to be dishonest even with the truth. To say that, Mr. Joe Weah, was supporting the Lone Star and you're endorsing. The facts are similar. The analogy cannot be the same. All right? Mr. Belete is being accused of supporting a quote-unquote he being criticized in the public, for quote-unquote buying car for Liberty Party because he is suffering under the weight of a huge corruption allegation. Unlike Mr. George Weah, everybody knows that Mr. George Weah support to the Lone Star, or everybody knew Mr. George Weah.
And you discredit him. You accuse him. What do you think the CDC going to do? 2023, they're going to play the tape. And Kev, you know that. When the CDC say, you know what? When Democratic Party say play the tape, when Republicans say play the tape, you know exactly where is this going. Today would be a day to remember when it comes to Liberty Party. Maybe some of you guys are afraid, but at least I would say,
I always hate Musability and harder, but sometime in life you listen to some things and then you question and certain things, and you want to go there and what Musability was saying, we try to stop him, but
declared by the judge may go in your favor?
Well, it is not a matter of hope. We are quite categorical as to the constitutional prohibition. The laws we cited, our legal memorandum, is very rich in terms of what we rely on, and we are very much confident that the court will decide as and when and how the court decides will determine the next course of action.
Councillor, I'm very sure that you are happy because the judge will in your favor.
Well, it's not every decision that the judge makes in your favor that you have to be happy. You just have to be consistent in what you do and make sure that you stick to your argument. The matter does not end on the basis of one ruling. I have told you all that we are consistent in this matter. We will pursue it to a logical conclusion. If it requires us going to the Supreme Court so that the court passes in this issue, we will certainly do that.
So what that means is that even from here, if the ruling were to be against you, you're not going to come back to the civil court, the civil court. Instead, you're going to go up to the Supreme Court and appeal.
We have said that repeatedly, that this is a fundamental constitutional issue. We are not challenging the constitutionality of an act. No. We are saying that the magistrate misapply the law in terms of two doctrines. One, the out of production, two, the collective entity. He applied the collective entity to individuals. When an individual is charged with the commission of a crime, our Constitution, Article 21H is categorical, shall not be compelled to furnish evidence against himself. Relating that to the Fifth Amendment, we have said the Fifth Amendment says the person shall not be a witness against himself. When you define evidence, evidence is an embodiment of all species of materials, information, objects, books. It encompasses all of them. So witness is just one element of the evidence we are talking about. So when our Constitution says that a witness, an accused shall not furnish evidence against himself, it means it applies to documents, it applies to books, it applies to testimonies. Even at that, the Fifth Amendment, as interpreted by the Federal Supreme Court of the United States, has expanded that particular provision to include books, documents, and any species of evidence.
What do you expect on Friday?
Well, I expect the judge to rule in keeping with the law.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's hear from the talking.
But I think I should be the first. Why I want to go to Sila before your kind of
because you came outside first.
So what is the issue?
The issue is we want to know now that the hearing has concluded and with the judge reserving ruling until Friday, Thursday rather. What are your hopes?
Look, first,
before getting to that, first the judge ruled against you by
he didn't want to rule against me, he ruled against them as well. Part of the issue they raised.
Let's talk about yours.
No, let's talk about theirs. Part of the issue is that first is an elementary practice in criminal procedure law. You can't file a motion on the same day you serve your adversary, 1 minute later, then you make an application for them to consolidate the old motion and the new motion. We were served 7 minutes to the commencement of the trial. Then they asking the judge that the judge should consolidate the motion to dismiss and then the motion that they filed. The question we asked the court was that, Your Honor, number one, we don't have the time to respond. Every motion, written motion, we should respond to it through writing. We should resist it through writing. We have just been served a copy of the motion. How can we hear this? So the judge dismissed that. Then they make an application for consolidation. The motion to consolidate is different from the motion to strike. Again, the judge denied that. They claim that our motion to dismiss was not properly verified. But under the principle of law and practice, if you say the motion that we file is not properly verified, you have to attach a copy. But you can't just do a plain pleading. There's nothing attached to it, nothing, no evidence to that. Well, the judge said, and we told the court, we say, Your Honor, the man in his submission or his petition, he said the law that is statute that the judge in the court below.
International Court. I will take this first call, Diamond, please. A good evening. You are live on Spoon Talk. Your name and where you calling from, please.
Good evening. Good evening. Let me say good evening to your panelists. This is Daniel Sando, and I'm following the conversation from Rovia. I listened to a redundant argument from Mr. Isaac Jackson, and I think it's very comical. I do not think that the conversation here tonight is for Mr. Dillon, but being the person he is, he would rather be used for an entertainment purpose. I just want to indicate, as an executive of the Liberty Party, that the chairman of the Liberty Party is not being truthful to himself. You cannot go to the executive committee of the party and begin to insinuate, make positions known that you are supportive of Mr. Cummings, and then when you come to the public, you say you don't have a side. I think it is wrong. As a leader, you have to own up to the decision that you take. What Mr. Benedict doesn't know is that the people who defended him, when the entire country descended against him, including the Isaac Johnson with whom they are entering into an holy matrimonial affair today. I see the two of them on your platform, and their views are very mutually enforcing, right? When Isaac Johnson then mounted the podium to bring insult on him, it was a very Dillon, Daniel Sando, and everybody in the Liberty Party that came to his defense. What he hasn't realized is that to become a chairman of the Liberty Party, there are too many persons who look up to you. And to become chairman is not for yourself. The reason why he find himself in a kind of problem today is because he had a motive. I'm not too sure that he's been very frank with the conversation you people having here. He should have told you that he had divided the Liberty Party because he's a Cummings operative. He said that he go to the executive committee, Mr. Cummings will give him $5 million, he's going to empower members of the executive committee. He should have said all those things. That's why he afforded problem with the party. Okay? And when the political leader who people ask him, Mr. Chairman, the political leader has the power to provide political direction for the party, not knowing that he had already altered the constitution. Even the issue of the constitution when it came up, the political leader convened a meeting. He vehemently opposed any internal investigation. Today, I'm shocked to hear that he's encouraging internal investigation, the issue should be resolved internally. I think the party, as Chairman Sembi said, the party is bigger than anybody's individual interest. But to be frank to the Liberian people, Liberty Party is why it is today. We are a laughing stock in the public because Mr. Benedict is chairman and because he's been very self-serving. Every decision he made is about why he's going to benefit in the end. And I don't think that's why his chairmanship was about.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel Sando, Liberty Party. We're going to pause and allow Musa to jump in. I gave another 30 seconds to answer. Musa, you go first. You want to respond?
I have nothing to say about that, man.
He accused you of $5 million.
No, hold on a minute, guys. Let hear from Musa. Musa, can you respond, please? What you say?
No.
Okay.
I cannot go into
that. Okay. So, Answer Jackson.
I will respond because I think Musa, as chairman of the party, I have said to you that Musa, I'm my best friend. The guy who called, he's noted for clown shows, right? This is a complete muppet who are just trying to display his conduct as a muppet. This man who just called is on record for lavishing praises on Mr. Ability. How come he suddenly turned around the Ability that was an integral man, who was an outstanding man? How can he now spewing insult Ability in the public? He is now using words on Ability that will not be entertained in any friendly conversation. You got to ask him why. And I will tell you why. You know why? This muppet was called upon to give back the car he rides that belongs to the party. Since the decision was made to take that car from that boy has been uncontrollably angry with everybody, including trees he angry with, because they took a car from him. He acting as though he was entitled to this car. That car is for the party. We're going to be above this thing. This is the same selfish interest we're talking about. He comes on the show to bring this Mickey Moore display here and talking about, you know what? Brother, Mr. Ability and I can disagree. We are not enemies. I was the first person who raised issue with Mr. Ability. That I raised issue with Mr. Ability does not stop me from saying, if Mr. Ability said 1 + 1 = 2, and when I say 1 + 1 = 5, then I will be what? Dishonest to myself. I will be prejudicial unnecessarily. Truth be told, I'm saying to you, Mr. Ability, at this stage, is raising issues that are found to be what in the supreme interest of the party. He is talking about what decentralizing power. He is talking about collective leadership. Who in Liberty Party that doesn't want power to be decentralized? Is that the boy who is serving as an office boy
but
in
I
an
said we will show him.
Lawrence office?
I said we will show him some
But
respect.
Sano is an office boy in Nyongli office, and so he is obliged to tow Nyongli's land,
I
even
understand,
if
but on the
Nyongli is
show,
wrong.
Isaac, on the show, we'll show him some respect. He's our follower, please.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, we're showing him some respect, but we have not said anything derogatory about him. You know, all he's displayed just, and he said, I go for entertainment. The only people who are good for entertainment are Muppet, and he is a giant-sided Muppet because he's crawling behind Madam Nyongli Kanga Lawrence. So he believes he is enslaved. This man believes he is enslaved to tow Madam Nyongli Kanga land, even if Madam Nyongli Kanga is in the wrong.
Isaac, you gotta, you
Thank you, Isaac. We're gonna move on. Can we get back a Diamond, please? Come on, let's take more calls, please.
Yeah, this our country is very, very interesting. My friend and brother, how you doing?
Baby, I'm grateful. God is good to me. And I'm grateful for that.
All right. As for me, I've been a little bit okay. There's a big news that coming up. I can only share it with few individuals. On our big news will be on Thursday, next week Thursday, for me. So I tell the Almighty God, thank you for giving me the hope, for me being so hopeful. Alas, we will all see the end of the tunnel. I strongly believe so. And we shall go to that country and put the necessary checkpoint in place. But tonight, we intend to look at ABC. What is it? What is it that you people are about to hear from us? The other talk show hosts, they are insinuating, they are not too clear, they are not too certain, but we are here to lay the cat out of the bed tonight. Because as for us, we dig behind the issues. We go behind, not just the gravity of the issue, but in depth, in total depth of the issues. That's what we go for. So we have come here tonight to lay the cat out of the bed, to tell you why. What happens? Why did it happen that way? When did it happen? We're not just telling you why, but we're telling you when. Back to you, my friend and brother.
All right, AB, thank you very much. First and foremost, like I said, God has been good to me and continue to be good to me. But I want to first of all say that thank you for coming, our audience, for joining us to listen to us tonight again, and for taking your precious time to sit and listen to us this wonderful night, day, evening, depending where you are. Before I go into the conversation, like my host said, let me do my commitment first, my small commercial, because America is a great country. When God is on your side, you can make some progress. We all can make some progress here, depending what you want to do. So we have established a business called Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting, LLC, established and operated by immigrants like you. So we are helping our community members with affordable family-based immigration services. If you want to file for your parents, you gotta be U.S. citizen. Let me give some of the consultation out to you free. If you want to file for your children, biological, adopted, or stepchild, or children, as long as you came on green card or DV, whatever that is, you get a green card, yes, you can do it, and we can help you get through. If you want to do fiancé visa, maybe you're talking with somebody in Liberia or other part of the world, any part of the world, we can actually help you get it done. And so we are also doing life insurance and auto insurance referrals and other social services. Not contested divorce as well across the 50 states. You just need to give her a call on 267-648-8012, 701-620-7009. As we move forward with the show, if you have any problem, just use the comment section and put it there. We try to read our comments as we go on with the show. So tonight, we have come to give you authentic, fascinating, and unbiased information. That is the hallmark of the talk show or maybe this platform. There is this conversation in Liberia. Some of the big quote-unquote platform you cannot get it through. We'll give it to you free of charge. The question is why the presidential candidate and the leader of the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Alexander B. Cummings, cannot travel. You know, sometimes our people say anything you don't know is older than you. But sometimes too, people refuse to know. That's another thing. My people, we all the Wahara in America, if you live in America and you live objectively, you live with sincerity and honesty to yourself, your family, and the people that believe in you, you'll be okay. Just by watching TV in this country, going from one job to another, that doesn't mean you can't stay on one job, because even if you stay on one job, you're going to keep getting in contact with, you know, different employees, different co-workers. So we learn a lot here based on experience. So it is just ridiculous, unrealistic, and unreasonable for Mr. Cummings to try to travel when he is considered, based on our legal system, and even the legal system in America, a criminal defendant. And you know, many times people do not understand about these legal issues. I'm not a lawyer too. That's a big disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. But the good news is I've done some research, and beside that, I did public policy and I did administrative law in there. We touch on some basis, so I can give it to you for free. There are 3 laws in most democratic countries. We got the Constitution, we got the statute, the one when Congress passes, the president signs, that's the statute. Then we got case law. The case law is the Supreme Court opinion. It was not on the book, but because Supreme Court in most democratic countries, opinions are considered a final, because they are considered the final arbiter of justice. When they say it, it's a law automatically. The president don't need to touch that. Then we come further down using these 3 laws to also divide it into another 2 major categories. We got criminal law and we got civil law. And then we come further down, they got different charges too. They got felony and they got misdemeanor, different classes. It could be A, it could be B, it could be C, it could be D, just like that. And I understand Mr. Cummings lived in Atlanta, Georgia, working for Coca-Cola for over 30 years. Let me let you know. Whenever you are a criminal defendant in most democratic countries and you are on trial, travel is restricted to that country.
Oh,
In some cases, the judge will actually come out and tell you how far you can go from the city center.
Okay, all right.
But maybe his court document did not show that, or maybe his lawyers did not tell him because he's a big guy. We live in America right here. Steve Bannon, for example, the former supporter of Donald Trump and the former White House counsel, he was accused of this stuff that going on now about the January 6th. He was one of the guys that, incited force, and United States Congress currently is carrying on some sort of investigation. He was asked to appear before Congress. He refused, and Congress went to Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice went to court. They got him arrested. The first day Steve Bannon entered the court, the first thing they did, they seized his passport. This is America. This is not Liberia. Right here. Former federal government official. Steve Bannon, they seized his passport. And the judge told him the next time you get your passport when you are a free man. And you know his court date? July 2022. July 2022. They arrested him last year. He went to court and said, we didn't even get time for you right now. You just stay right where you are. You're not going anywhere. When you come to court, the case is dismissed. The case is decided. We'll see what we can do. But for now, stay right here. So, my people, when you are on a trial that is criminal in nature, in most democratic countries, travel is restricted within that jurisdiction. So for Alexander B. Cummings to be wondering that he can actually travel just because his name is Cummings and he works for Coca-Cola and he don't want no other job beside the presidency in Liberia, so he can actually travel and be treated differently under the law, that's a charade. And I think that assumption or that attempt, I think it is dishonest. It is not sincere at all, because the CDC-led government, one way or the other, have tried to play on the judiciary integrity. And that is the reason why some people are trying to take advantage of it. But I think he got booked. From the onset of this case, they said it was a cartoon. That's what his lawyer said. But now he continued to clean his hair, and the hair keep coming, and Cummings is still in court. Cummings is still in court. So the case now doesn't look like a cartoon any longer. It's a real case. Whether Cummings will be acquitted or not, whether the case will be dismissed, the case is a legitimate case. Unlike some people on the quote-unquote big platform said it was not a legal case, it was not even legal for people that sue Cummings to sue Cummings, and for government jumping in there to carry on their constitutional responsibility was also wrong. And then they went on and on that in fact, prosecution requesting for the document from the defendant was also wrong. From all indications, where we are right now, we all now have come to understand at this time that everything regarding this lawsuit by ALP/Government of Liberia, it is all within the framework of our judicial system. They're all legal. So Cummings cannot travel because he's a criminal defendant. That's why he cannot travel to the United States. And the reason that many people don't know again, prosecution is more difficult than defense. So you are in the country, prosecution is expensive. It is time consuming. Okay? I know cases like people like Cummings India, it's kind of, he got to spend some money because he's a big guy and he got the money. But in most instances, the government spend more money to prosecute a case than the people that defend those cases. And that's the reasons why this framework is built that way. If you travel, it will give prosecution hard time to even get you back. Because in the first place, under our system, if Cummings is found guilty, So we don't know whether Cummings is a citizen of the United States or not. We don't even know that yet. But let's just hold it constant. He on green card, so he's a Liberian. For government of Liberia to get Cummings out of America, that's another wahala. So that's the reason why he will not travel. Because in the first thing, we got to have our Solicitor General to come and make representation in American court to give reasons why this man should be extradited based on our treaty with the United States. That's a way long story. So to call all matters short, because this man need to face justice, and anybody for that matter, not just ABC, undergoing criminal trial, even right here in America, they will tell you, say, you know what? Your travel is restricted within that state.
Okay. You know, for me, I'm trying to look at it differently. And I will tell you how I am trying to look at this whole Cummings escaping. Cummings was trying to escape. I will repeat that. Cummings was trying to escape our country. Cummings have tried all the legal means. Their case, it is on Cummings' head, and it is not coming to an end. You have few months to the elections. And then their case, it is hammering Cummings at the end result. Cummings went to the airport. It was yesterday. We can say that yesterday morning. Cummings went to the airport with the caca story. We call that caca story. With the caca story of his mother been ill. Who does that? That his mother had been ill, so because of that, so you want to travel to the United States. We know that Cummings is a legitimate American citizen. That is not in no hurry. Nobody will reach at that level of Coca-Cola in this country that they will not be an American citizen. That's a blatant lie. Cummings want to escape, and that is the truth that I have gathered here. Because Cummings have understand that upon leaving Liberia, for him to be able to come back, it will be a rock. So because of that, Cummings, his lawyers are advising that he needs to take a sabbatical leave. Now, do you know that they requested Cummings to get his passport, and he refused? To the airport, they asked him for a passport, and he refused. The man I have to call, George Joma Della, right? That's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
George Joma. George Joma said, they don't allow that guy to leave this country. George Joma said, don't allow this guy to leave the country. Then his lawyer now crying wolf. If to say they are not informed.
They never heard that before, yeah.
The crying wolf, if to say they are not informed of our law. Mr. Cummings wanted to escape. That's a plain in facts. Mr. Cummings wanted to escape to come to the United States. Quote unquote, his lawyer told him to come on a sabbatical leave. Sabbatical, when the judge did not give you that sabbatical, did not approve you. It happened in the case of Eddie Melvin Snow. His passport was seized. It happens in other cases in our country. The passport was seized. But he is Cummings. So because of that, so he does not want for, and now the judge, let us see what will happen. Judge Joma Jara have asked him to submit his passport within 72 hours. Let us see whether he will not do that. Judge Joma has asked him to submit a passport in 72 hours. Let us see whether he will not do that. Mr. Cummings is a blatant criminal. Mr. Cummings is a criminal, and so because of that, he wants to use the identity means for him to separately leave our country. Oh yes. I don't have time for that. My co-host does that. My co-host have time for him to come here to give you the legal understanding. For me, I am not a legal man. I am not a legal man. I go straight to the point. I go straight to the point and attack the issues. Where the issue is, that's what I am focused. This guy wanted to escape our country. Mr. Cummings wanted to leave Liberia to come on a so-called sabbatical leave. He is better lying that his mother was ill. His mother is ill. Mr. Cummings' mother is not no freaking well ill. Mr. Cummings' mother is not no freaking well ill. Mr. Cummings, I understand that our country, that the guys that are in our country, that they are not a trained and bona fide lawyer, as he said. I am here to say that Mr. Cummings is a criminal. The old person show me your friend, then I will tell you who you are. Just show me your friends, then I will be able to tell you who you are. Mr. Cummings has shown that he is a criminal for the father he is aligned with. For the father, Mr. Cummings is aligned with criminal musability. To disrespect the females, the only female general. To disrespect that female. And then people are saying, oh no, you are against Mr. Cummings. Freaking well lie. I am not against him. But where the fact belongs, that's where I am to say it. Mr. Cummings wanted to escape. Mr. Cummings wanted to escape to come to the United States, because when you come to this country, if you are, Mr. Cummings is a freaking American citizen. So when he come here, there is an American law says that all of that citizens need to be tried here. That's what happened to Chucky Taylor. Chucky Taylor was tried right here. You commit crime for outside, you'll be tried right here. So Mr. Cummings had that concept. Now, let us see now the judge, Jumandela. The Jumandela now are asking to produce a passport within 72 hours. Let us see whether this criminal will not do that. Because the thing here is that we need to respect the law. You said that Mr. Cummings said that he did not produce any document, that he don't have any documents, that the document indeed did not exist. That's what Mr. Cummings said. Mr. Cummings said the document does not exist. At some point in time, he said that the document will be used against him, so he will not be able to give it to his colleagues. This guy is a criminal, because a criminal can start lying. And so Mr. Cummings is a freaking wild criminal. Now, the man now, he has been asked now to submit his passport within 72 hours. Let us see that, how that one will play out Monday. Let us see that, how that one will play out Monday. The fact of the matter, Mr. Cummings cannot travel outside of Liberia. He cannot travel. You know, our country, our people, they are forgiving people. Our people, we understand. Our people understand the law. They understand the legal implications. Our people understand the legal implications. So at the end result, they know what they are doing. Serena Cephas, he know what he is doing. For the father, Mr. Cummings, and his lawyer, they were able to, this guy was able to convince the court that the issue should not be televised. I knew that Mr. Cummings was in a hot water. That's why I knew that Mr. Cummings was in a hot water. Because he does not want for his colleagues, his friends, then to see him. His friend then to see him. All taking the witness stand, shouting like belly goat. He does not want for his colleagues then to see him doing that. Well, Mr. Cummings will know him, he is a criminal, so because of that he cannot travel. No. My co-host, my co-host can come here. That's the reason why this platform is made up in this way. My co-host will come here, he will give you the legal understanding. But for me, I am not that kind. I go straight to the issues. I go straight to the neck. Mr. Cummings, now he has been stopped now from traveling. Let us see whether his mother, this guy is so foster. The mayor is saying that his mother is sick. So he wanted to come to the United States for him to be able to cater to his mother. Oh, now you can cater to your mom? That you now can cater for your mom? Eh, Mr. Cummings? That you now can cater to your mother? You attend to a mommy setter? Mr. Cummings, you attend to a mommy setter now? Eh? So Mr. Cummings now have turned to a mommy setter because I can't call that baby setter. A mommy setter. And you know, I gotta go to the state to go cater to my mom because my mom is not feeling well. Oh, now you can cater for your mom now. Oh, your children are not here in America for them to go to their grandma's place? Oh, no, yeah, you the only child for your mom? Eh? That you the only child for your mom? Keep a call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. Eh? So now Mr. Cummings have turned out to a mommy setter. Not a baby setter, but a mommy setter. Because for the father, Mr. Cummings, he is lying on or off. I know that Mr. Cummings is an American citizen. I know that. But this guy want to escape. This freaking guy want to escape our justice system. He want to escape to come to the United States because his lawyer advised him to take a sabbatical leave. I thought that Mr. Cummings was playing fun out of this case. Now it's serious, eh? Now it's serious. Now it is serious because the case will not be coming to an end very soon. The people are to take. Let me take my first caller. From how you doing?
Yeah, number AB. My name is Timmy from I'm calling from Liberia, Grand Pastor this morning.
Go ahead, from
AB. Let me tell you what, I told you a long time. I said that case, it will enter the Supreme Court. Cummings not ready. Cummings is not ready. No, Musa Belete, the prime girl Musa Belete. For Musa Belete to stay in your place, can true. That'll be or chairman or vice president or running mate to Joseph Baga. I give up. Look, that religion, I let a Muslim religion, but I think that religion, change that way of doing things that women can relieve men is wrong. Look, Musa Belete had the opportunity to even become me. I don't know whosoever you want to become, besides getting business, having money. But you can suppress a woman that way. And then you went with agreement with MC. Like you're gonna go out vice president. How can you honor my own leader? It do go give you the same opportunity.
Yeah, but that's the reason
No.
Musa Belete is in a hard water. But I am discussing Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings wanted to escape. Mr. Cummings wanted to escape.
Yeah, because the reason is the play fine center in hard water, but in gas tank. He is in gas tank. But me, I like the way you discuss the issue. Usually, frenzy, I don't have much problem with frenzy, but frenzy by a legal way of doing it. But I let how you can just attack it like a tackle holding the giraffe or whatever. What kind of wild animal is in the bush? When you see the injections, when you grab it by the throat, when they die, when you leave it, it kind of easily from the body. And I let how you attack it from the head.
No, but
you can kill a wild animal from the head.
Yeah.
Don't shoot a wild animal in the legs. It will look away. I like to shoot it in the head and just bust it here one time, no way, no breath. They go.
But Mr. Cummings lied in the first place. He said that his mother is sick. His mother is not feeling well. So I'm asking now. Now that Mr. Cummings is not a minister or that he a kid for him.
There's no old folks in America. You don't want to take care of man. You almost your mom right there, right? You are born 60. They are old their mother, and you're not the firstborn. You're not the firstborn. They say one will take care of mother. Everyone wants to be taking the mother. Like they say, like brother, everybody living with them, man. But man, Mr. Cummings, you're not even escape. You know, it's done. Yeah. Look, I tell you, I say money can rule this country easily. You get money, you climb on big horses and give it all to poor for me 10 hours, 15 hours per month. You can succeed. Don't put your money in politics. Look, if I have money to join the race, I'll tell them I can't run. I know people are closer to them. Some people that want to contest. And I say, I can't take my money, I put a gun in my hand. You get money, what you want to do? What you want to do with politics? You don't have people there. You take money, you can waste it. But some people, you do all the lawyers, all the men are behind you. You pay them 2,000, 1,000, that's small money.
Because they know that they case they are not going to win, but they will go to the guard to tell you, no, Papa, relax. This case will fight the case. So he is paying this lawyer a gigantic, huge sum of money. So at the end result,
one guy will tell me, one lawyer will tell me, say, man, when you graduating from the law school, he tells them go in the war, let the fool fee you. Let the fool fee you. So you mean that when you get money, you just can't let men jump behind. I just say, you know that you wrong the case. Then somebody tells them, man, you'll be right. It make any sense? It make any sense? Now you know that wrong, you charge somebody. The man won't pay, then they finish moping, then the brain where you charge. It makes sense?
No, it don't make no sense. But Mr. Cummings is hard to listen, and not
hard to. Let me tell you, it's not hard to listen. It's hard to die.
As you learn, now he have arranged a meeting with JMB for Abuja. You know about that?
Even Cummings say he won't go freedom bowler. We want to arrest him on the road. So I mean, even me attend. I wouldn't follow or listen to a show recording. When he made a on our board, as I we're resting between Tenny and Clay. I would do.
Thank you.
I would. You will stay. All right. You will stay. All will stay. Will enjoy the country.
Thank you. You know that's what I am saying. You know, for me, you know, they have two type of guy here, and for us, we have passion for this job. So Mr. Cummings has found out that he is not doing nothing, but he just have to submit his password. Let me go to my co-host. Yeah. My friend and brother.
Yeah, folks, just sorry. I had a little bit behind the scene in the conversation on my phone, so that's why I needed to step away a little bit. But let's talk so and talk so. I think the fight for democracy in Liberia, and over 250,000 people got killed for the same kind of misbehavior. We will not lose hope. We will not give up on our effort as a people. We will not fail on our commitment and our promise to what we are doing. It is not happening the way we want it, but gradually, eventually, we're going to get there. So our people say, or the French people say, and pay, right? Small. Heading king to power, she said, small light today, big light tomorrow. So the democracy we got in Liberia now was never there. In the first place, according to our history, political history, we had a colonial system when the settlers arrived. So every time there was time for change of leadership, they were grabbing people from America and carrying them to govern the colonial system in Liberia. We graduated from the colonial system, we went to a Commonwealth system where we have governors. And according to my elementary history, Thomas Buchanan was one of the first governors. They also came from America, right? So from there, we went to this First Republic one-party system where the settlers, quote unquote, the Congo people, we called them, because they were actually indigenous in Liberia before the settler arrived under Queen Elizabeth's ship, 1822, if I would call it. So now we went to the First Republic, so say one, so say all. That First Republic, it was one-party system. It was one-party system. The people in the minority carried our people for over 135 years, prior to 1980. So activism started, the middle part of it. D12 was pushed to Sierra Leone, and they built D12 High School in Nuku time to cover up their political Machiavelli theory or their political naivety, so to say, so that the indigenous could see that, okay, they built a school for our kinsmen, D12. But D12 wanted to challenge the status quo, the Congo, quote unquote, American-Liberian hegemony. He wanted to contest the presidency. I can't give you the specific year, but that was the reason. And so when they got to realize that there were a lot of indigenous trying to follow D12 because he was very strong, the two-way party pushed him on the side because the two-way party was not built to get the indigenous on board, when it comes to urban area, They were on board to stay with their own people in the interior, to told them in Hammer whenever Barclay went there, Todman and the rest of the guys, they were put in the hammer and put it on their shoulder to carry them from place to place. Now D12 wanted to challenge that hegemony, that this was not good. This kind of democracy is not a good democracy if certain people cannot be allowed to participate. But that's another conversation. So we graduated from that one-party system after 1980. 1980 coup. Now, there was a good part of the coup and there was a bad part. The bad part was we killed a lot of human beings unnecessarily. That took us to 14 years senseless civil war. Because majority of our people were not educated. They were not exposed. Okay? And the country was not even developed. And then we went to war. But the good news is we were able to navigate slowly but sure, even though there was a bloodbath, from that one-party system, so say one, so say all, to what we got today. Now today, there are other leaders that still want to mix this stuff here. You cannot mix Gary with salt. It's not going to work. It's not going to taste good. You got to mix Gary with sugar. Okay? You cannot call tabagi rice and then you want to put sugar inside. It's not going to work. You can't even make it with pancana oil either. It got to be real tabagi oil. Then it will work out good. Democracy, if we want to go with democracy, we got to go with everything that follows that tenets of democracy. Democratic principle holistically. We all can have our individual interest, but we should have the interest of the state first. And we should create the environment, the enabling environment, a level playing field for people to compete on the basis of ideas, on the basis of patriotism, on the basis of sharing, on the basis of national interest. But what we see today is the opposite of that. And that is the reasons why many people are having trouble, including Alexander B. Cummings. What frustrates me most, sometimes I'm trying to go a little bit slow with the people in Liberia. My people, this is a reality. I'm an immigrant. I got alien registration number in America. I don't care what happened. Our children were born here, they ain't got no alien registration number. Even those people that we had to become citizens, they still got alien registration number rating on their certificate of naturalization. They still get their country of birth, where they were born, is written on that paper. And they also got something they call USCIS number. So I'm saying this to say to you that regardless of how we feel in this country, we are strangers. We can be deported out of this country.
But Mr.
In Liberia, we cannot be deported. There's no way we can be deported.
But Mr. Cummings does
on the
not
basis of
look at it that
Article 27 and 28. Mr. Cummings, I would say, whether he look at it that way or not, the reality will set in. Dr. Marcus Dan said something to us when I was working at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We had a general staff meeting, and we all were still going to University of Liberia, political paraba halt. And we decided to ask multiple questions to the doctor because he was part of the activism, very, very strong. And he told us he got injured as a result of that, and he went to jail multiple times. Then another employee asked a question, but Dr. Dan, you were part of the advocacies. Now you come to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You are Deputy Minister for Administration. Why can't you change the system? He said to us, I cannot change the system because I'm not the one making the decision. The president appointed me. In addition to that, I got a boss here too who is a minister proper. So I cannot change it. But one thing I can tell you for sure, you're our children, our new generation, and the unborn. People that refuses to change, change will change them. And when that change comes, there will be no refusal because you will see it in reality and you will not bypass it. So I say this to say, Mr. Cummings and the rest of the guys that think the way he's thinking, that because he's the man that works for Coca-Cola and goes to Liberia, and the only position he wants is to be president, and so he can walk away with everything. No, it's not going to work like that, Mr. Cummings. It's not going to work like that. Town trap is not for goat alone. It's not only for cat alone, too. It's for all the animals that live in the town, including chicken. Okay? So you are part of the basket. Sometimes the court could look at it differently. Maybe there was a request. But you cannot lie to the court. That's another thing. You cannot lie to the court. Your request has to be genuine. The court can look at it. You can use your defense team to pull in on the file, but you cannot just like trying to single yourself out of the justice system that it can work for you better than it work for other people.
Yeah, but Mr. Cummings has get himself in the wet.
The man lied. Nobody knew that it is a legal team. Mr. Cummings' legal team and him knew that he was traveling. Mr. Cummings and his legal team, because his legal team advised him to take a sabbatical. Now, how can you take sabbatical when you have a criminal case? When you have a criminal case, how can you take sabbatical? Sabbatical are taken for people who are free to go any place at any point in time, for them to go there to go enjoy themselves. Those are the people who enjoy the thing they call sabbatical leave. But you are not yet a clear man. And then your legal team advising for you to take sabbatical. Then you went to the airport. You told the airport people that you're going to go see a man, that your mom is sick. So
but why he didn't tell his legal team to request it officially? So he's a free man that what his team? No, he is on bail. He's on bail. That's the first thing Cummings needs to understand. Mr. Cummings needs to understand. He's on a criminal appearing bail.
Well, yes. So the thing here is that Mr. Cummings went to the airport. The airport authority has to call Judge Jomadera. That's the funniest thing that happened in our country yesterday. The judge, they have to call Judge Jomadera to tell him that one of your guy is traveling. Judge Jomadera said, you put that man off the plane.
Look, Abby, let me tell you something. You know, sometimes people are really educated, and my people, I'm sorry. If you get offended about this, I'm just sorry, okay? It's no disrespect. Some people are very educated, and they got some experience, they got exposure, but they are so naive when it comes to certain things.
No, that is true.
You know, let me tell you something. When you are on a bill, criminal appearance bill, the first thing, prosecution and the court do not want to struggle to get you in court. That's the first thing. Because it is constitutionally required for you to appear and to face your accuser by law. So if you come into America and the next court date, how are you going to be there? This is not COVID time anymore for you to do it on Zoom. And besides that, you can only do it on Zoom when you are within, not across the Atlantic Ocean.
You know,
not across the Atlantic Ocean. So the funny thing is, it looks like the defense counsel is playing on the intelligence of ABC. Because they know it. AB, they know this thing. I'm not talking about ABC, but his defense counsel, his lawyer supposed to advise him, Mr. Cummings, you cannot travel right now.
No, but the Ghana,
because ordinary people,
the Ghana don't want to tell Mr. Cummings that. The Ghana don't want to tell Mr. Cummings that, because then Mr. Cummings will look at it differently. You know, the Ghana.
You know, AB, just for the sake of our audience, you know, the prosecution actually had a legal right to go to court and request another writ to arrest him.
Yeah.
To stop him from traveling. That we arrested him because he went to the airport physically to travel.
Yeah.
And that would have been another thing. If they have made that a time and they arrest Mr. Cummings and the court is not open, he goes to jail. He goes to jail.
The funniest thing that
because whenever the police arrest you, that you can remember Bill jumping with Judy Bryan, right? Ain't no Judy Bryan went to jail when Eddie took over.
Yeah.
The court invited Judy Bryan, he didn't go there. He said, hey, former chairman, right? Whatever the lawyer advised him, we don't know. But Judy Bryan went to jail for that. Bill jumping. So if you are on a bail, for example, criminal appearance bill or secure bond, whatever that is, okay, you have to talk to your lawyer. In fact, we the ordinary people, for example, even if you get a lawyer right here in America, whatever legal situation you going through, when your lawyer send you a copy, the court will send you another copy to your address on file. Now, Liberia there, beside that, this guy is a millionaire. So maybe they're not giving him all these copies for him to read for himself. But the lawyer is supposed to tell Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, you can't travel right now because of this case. I don't know whether they're trying to set him up because when Mr. Cummings gets arrested for the second time, the first one he escaped it, he did it really reasonable by just subjecting himself to the court voluntarily because they will arrest him. And Mr. Cummings are getting arrested. Today is Friday night. The court is not open. Then on Monday. On Monday, come here. This is how this thing happen all over the world, most democratic countries. Okay? They arrest you, police arrest you, they detain you for 48 hours, depending on the situation. A holiday coming inside, you're done. You're done.
Okay.
Until the court open, and when the judge is not there, nobody can sign your bond.
Okay.
You see that? So, AB, just before we go to the line, some of our followers are asking that I restate the number again. So, folks, just so you know, Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting, the telephone numbers I need to go really slow. 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. 701-620-7009. 701-620-7009. If you are in North Dakota, any part of North Dakota, we are accessible, okay? If you are in Grand Forks area, maybe Fargo, give me a call on either number, you will get me, but not right now, please, okay? If you want to file for your children, you want to file for your parents, maybe you want to file for your boyfriend or fiancé visa, or maybe you want to just find out about certain things going on about the whole wahala with the visa issue, just so you know, out of the bed, the COVID issue making the visa thing to delay. The embassy was closed for over 1 year, so just let me give that to you free. You know what? So if you need to do some social services for because you got children, you know, childcare and all of that, we're helping with that free of charge, okay? If you want to do uncontested or not contested divorce, you and your partner are not working for you, we're helping with that too. Yeah, so many stuff. You want to do life insurance. This is America. We are no longer living in Africa. We live in this country. People plan, America plan, Americans. We plan for everything. You might not say that they're about insurance. It is your insurance. Okay, my people? Let me make this clear to you. Life insurance is important. No, we're not saying we know when it's going to happen, but we don't know, but it's going to happen. Okay? By the grace of God, not tonight, okay? So, folks, again, 267-648-8012, 701-620-7009. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have our first caller on the line. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling her from?
Thank you very much. My name is Roland Yima. I'm calling from North Dakota. Let me just contribute to the show regarding the topic you are discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the whole issue about Arizona Cummings, Cummings has killed his political ambition. And the reason is simple. You know, our people say, if you want to succeed, okay, if you want to be a leader, you got to be a follower. A good leader will always be a follower, and then he can copy, you know, from his boss, and then he performs well.
Mm-hmm.
But here's Mr. Arizona Cummings, who came and claimed that he's Mr. Clean, all because he thinks that he worked in corporate America, and we have seen the pattern. Okay, we have seen the pattern. Cummings is not the first person. There are a lot of people who live in America. They they behave themselves, they follow the rules, but when they go back to Liberia, it's a different ball game. They try to play, the card according to, the systems in Liberia. And that was exactly what Cummings, aligned himself with. But he forgot to know that he had an intention to be president of Liberia, and to be president of Liberia is not just automatic. And I'm disappointed when people keep saying, "Oh, the man gets good intention. He has good platform to change things in the country." Hey, can you tell me? Here's a person who forgot Liberians for over 8 years. He didn't have time to know whether Liberians existed. Okay, we fought war. We killed ourselves. People, were in destitute, in refugee camps. He didn't care. So is it now that he cares about Liberians? But let's go to the court issue. Alexander Cummings is a criminal defendant. Okay, and the truth of the matter is, you cannot, leave the country when you are a criminal defendant and try to look for stories that you will try to pass sentiment and think that it will work in your favor. That's absolutely out of the scope. So let him face the trial. If he will be vindicated, that's okay. Okay, but he thinks that the court trial would have made him popular, because I remember the first time he came out of court when he won the motion against the prosecution, of not televising the case. He was celebrating as if he was a Nelson Mandela. And there were some people who said, "Oh yeah, Alexander Cummings, is a decent man, and in fact, he's going to, the case is a cartoon. They're going to throw that case out of the window." How dare you say that? Who were the political analysts that advised Cummings? But we will stay back and keep watching the case and keep monitoring. But I think Cummings.
But the Judge Joma Jara have asked for a password to be produced in 72 hours. So I don't know now what a lawyer will do. Judge Joma Jara said he need a password in 72 hours.
Right. Probably he got a call Costa now.
Right?
So for Costa,
the same thing happened when he said the document does not exist. In fact, under the law, you cannot produce under our constitutionality that says you cannot produce evidence against yourself, and they were basing on that. But at the same time, after the court pressed on him, Nicodemously, they went and carried the document, the framework document to the court. So there's something, Cummings knows that there's something that was done. Okay? He did something wrong. And he missed the mark. When his colleagues were telling him, "Look, let's solve the thing in-house." And he was so arrogant about it, so unreasonable about it, to the point where he didn't want to listen to anybody. Now the shocking news in town is, how dare you promise Musa Bedede after you have accused all your colleagues in the CB that they are criminal, they are corrupt. How will you be in an organization and you're dealing with people that you want to rile on? At the same time, you are insulting them, you're telling them they are criminals, they don't have the pedigrees, to leadership.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's sad.
I keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call once more, 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. You know, for me, I just started laughing. Seriously, but tomorrow, we are calling all of our audience to come on tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be fascinating news. It's going to be fascinating. The news that we are keeping is going to be very, very huge. So we are not laying the cat out of the bag for tonight. We will be telling you more about that tomorrow. Tomorrow is just going to be our audience. It's just going to be our best. Our audience understand this, you know, this good job that we are doing. So, you know, be our guest tomorrow. Tomorrow, don't forget, at 9 p.m. Central Time. And when you are living in the north, like New York, you know, like New Jersey, be here by 10 o'clock. All right? So let's keep our call now. Keep your call coming on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. Yeah, my brother.
Yeah, you know, maybe on the Alexander B. Cummings issues, I hope his lawyers or legal team now playing some game with him. Yeah, because he seemed depressed on camera. Cummings is really appearing depressed. You know that Cummings is almost getting tired with this stuff. Maybe he want to come and take a break. But now they didn't backfire on him, so his lawyer probably he need to change the thing, or maybe he need to talk to them so they can advise him better, because he paying a good money. I'm very sure he paying a good money. So I mean, he characterized everybody to be criminal. Now the people that he said they are criminals, they are not in court. But who he considered himself Mr. Clean Man, now he's in court for, you know, on criminal charges. So I don't know who is a real criminal right now. Should we say Mr. Cummings is a alleged criminal, or Joe Walker and the rest of the guys? What do we say?
All right, so we'll stop here for tonight. We'll stop here tonight to prepare for tomorrow. To prepare for tomorrow, because that news is not going to be it's going to be a gigantic news. So we want to tell you guys, thank you for tuning in. This is what we have passion for. This is what we have been trained. We've been trained for us to do this. But believe me, tomorrow, don't miss it. Tomorrow, don't miss it. My friend and brother, back to you. Your closing statement.
I want to combine my closing.
Samuel is on the line. No, hold on.
Oh, the parable guy. The parable guy is on the line.
Samuel, how you doing?
Not bad, how you guys doing? Hello, Francis.
Yeah.
Man,
you know,
I'm doing okay.
My brother, I don't care if it happens. We tired now with the Cummings news. You know, Cummings are good. You know, in the interior when the goat, when new leaves coming up on the pepper tree, my brother. When you feed a goat in the morning, you say, I come too early. I will go in the afternoon. But then that guy won't be there. When you beat a goat in the afternoon, you say, oh, okay, now when he can be resting. I will go in the evening. When you go in the evening, you beat it, say, okay, by the time he can come home, I will find another time. That goat will keep changing schedule until it will damage your pepper, or they will get what they want. That Cummings. Cummings are stubborn goat, my brother. Shouldn't waste your time. They shouldn't be shamed. You know, ANC people let out of the diplomatic. They let them do white-collar criminal thing. Ain't see Asif Vatopa? When the shit hit the fence, his eyes were running away. He went to the border. He said, oh, he was going to go visit someone. Where he was escaping. Since they won't be put in the cartoon, or they don't want to run away like the way Costa run away, let them ask questions intelligently for all the shortcuts so they can run away and stop pretending that they are so smarter than the system, okay? Cummings should not pretend. You want to run away, he should ask people in Liberia. He brought Melipaka Domo that didn't want to cross Costa to Sierra Leone. He brought and helped him to cross. Let them stop pretending and start giving people hard time, man. Y'all take care, man.
Thank
you. Let them add that they're smart and intelligent and everything. You want to run away, just call your begin Melipaka Domo that didn't want to cross Costa and what he need what his secretary
City.
yeah, just the people cross Costa over the Sierra Leone, but you wasting time. Don't be diplomatic with everything. Chile. Even Chatela run away. Even Helen run away. John Wiasa run away. Don't be seen. Just call your beginners. They find someone at Tessie or motorbike to tie you on it. Before you know it, you're in Sierra Leone. John Wiasa only hear the news saying in Liberia. Then you wait when John Wiasa leave from there. You plead for a partner to run for presidency. And you say you're smart and you're playing with Liberia politics. You think that Joseph Boga and you're doing it too. Joseph Boga acquiring your supporter running all around Facebook. Why they not running around now? You know, they play spoon can reach for more to more open AB when it reach their mouth will open. That's where we are now. Cummings will see the heat. People were telling his supporters that they were destroying him. They refused to listen. They talk about attacking and insulting other people. That CDC political technique will never work in Liberia. Where they harass people, they abuse them, they insult them, and people won't vote for them. That thing will never work. They will have social media active doing Helen time. Helen are not going to go for second term so easily. She are going to find it hard. But you have to understand the ANC folks, you people destroy Mr. Cummings. You people destroy Mr. Cummings. I hope Mr. Cummings will treat you people. Maybe you heard a story about a little boy that his mother, when I telling him the truth, every time he doing wrong thing, and when they send him to death, he called him out, he said, "Come, I want to tell you a secret." And he bit his mother's ear.
Yeah.
And the mother was yelling, he said, yeah. He said, if you would have done the right thing and told me what to do, I'm not going to end up the way I end up. I hope Mr. Cummings can bite the ear of his supporter and tell them that if you guys would have told me the truth, I was not going to end up. But again, Mr. Cummings is not a fool. He knows what he's doing. Mr. Cummings is part of an organization, like I always say, like the sedition can say, the party mandate remains supreme. Mr. Cummings is part of an organization that their instruction remains supreme. And unfortunately, he's the victim, and he will be the victim. People like Cummings still listening to that old witch called Helen. Now, while suffering, he forget to know Liberia politics has changed. The Liberia politics has not changed. Thomas Fala is supposed to be senator today. Liberia people, they're learning. They're learning. So Mr. Cummings and his supporters, they should know that they destroy themselves. And this will continue to haunt them. And I'm pretty sure now when Mr. Cummings sit down one-on-one, he can look at the cost and he look at the benefit and he regretting. And they were accusing Musa Belete. Dylan told them, Mr. Cummings and ANC folks, I will be right here. The same thing Belete doing to the destabilize Liberty Party. You guys should not forget, Belete will do the same to you people. Because if Belete can do it to us, he will do it to you people. Today, you know what happened?
Yeah.
You know exactly what happened? They were insulting JMB. Oh, the men are criminal. Oh, the men are criminal. But Musa Belede, una told him, una criminality on the international scene, it was a godsend for them that the hypocrisy in the ANC that was destroy that party. That's why when the Liberian people made mistake and gave ANC that country, those monkey they will be worse than the Congo people, they will be worse than George we are. Take care, AB. We're watching them. You want to run away like that? Ask people that run away where the border start and where the road start from in Monrovia, or how you can run away, either on motorbike or intercept, or maybe they pull in the trunk. Then he can run away. I'll show you next some of the techniques so they can stop pretending. Take care, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes, man.
Send
a parable man. Send a parable man. Just stop pretending. Go do the thing. People done the thing too. And the one I said from the beginning, I said, just ask Costa. Costa will show you the shock up. All right, folks. So let me do it one more time before I, before we close for the night. Again, the KMC, immigrant, serving immigrants. Okay. So the numbers again are 267 648 8012 701 620 7009. I want to take this time to say your thank you plenty. Excuse me, Shatta Jones. If you didn't get a number, all you need to do is to go on Liberia Today Facebook page. The numbers are there also. You can get in contact with me from there if you did not get it again for the third time, all right? So go right there. You go on YouTube, you get this show, and again, my people, your thank you plenty for coming. But you please share our video. You please share our conversation. And also, please go on YouTube and subscribe to our video. That will really help us. It will help all of us to keep going on We Goes. So I want to say thank you very much for coming tonight. And those of you that are not there because of work schedule or other family engagement, we will appreciate you if you were to go and look at it later on after this time, all right? So we want to say thank you, and thank you plenty. Abi?
Yes.
We call it a day, right?
Yeah.
Or a night.
My friend and brother, thank you very much for tuning in. Let us say thank you to everyone who tuning in. But let me take this call. Rufus, go ahead. You are our last caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, Evie.
Yes.
Man, thank you so much for allowing me. You know, I know where to call, but for Samuel call. That's for Samuel. I decided to call. You know, that guy. Every time that guy is very. Every time I meet Samuel, I mean that guy is very wise. Yeah. Thank you so much, my brother. You know, like I was telling somebody tonight, Liberian people, 2023, go and vote. Vote right. Let me tell you this, my brother. Some of us have been opportune to leave Liberia for some years. We only go there for short time and come back to our comfort zone. They are the one they heat. They feel the heat. You know, let me tell you something. Life, you see, so you don't have to be rich to enjoy life. Maybe you can enjoy life in your village. You know what is life? Life is peace, comfort, satisfaction. Those three things are all called life. Money is not life. If money were life, let's go to history. Those days, those chiefs, they were throwing in armor. They don't have money. But the last and possibly people told them, they walk with them, they enjoy life. So life is peace, satisfaction, and that freedom. That's what we enjoy in America today, my brother. We are in the diaspora. We fight hard to live according to the people system in the country, in the diaspora. Wherever you are, Europe, America, Australia, wherever you are. Peace, security, and whatever. So, let me tell you something. Me, 2023, I will be telling Liberian people, vote right. You are someone for so long. Vote a leader. Vote a leader that will rescue Liberia. It's not about political rhetoric, political jargons, political whatever. Let me tell you something. We want the University of Liberia. We have so many political jargons. We understand what it means, politics. Politicians,
The politics is an interest. So, my brother, all I can say to you, thank you for having your co-host, my friend, brother, Francis, on this. I like this man. You know, the show now is getting hot. I enjoy Francis so much on this show.
Thank you.
I enjoy you. Yeah. Francis lay basis. Francis speak. Let me tell you, I don't even have a constitution. But me, when I go Fargo April, first I come in April, I will find you. You'll give me one copy of the constitution. We'll go full copy. I mean it because I didn't get it. I didn't know that because I didn't know nothing about the constitution. I don't lie to you.
Yeah.
The next time I go to Liberia, I promise you guys, I will get more copy and we give it on behalf of
when I'm doing my master. Because right now I'm busy. I'm trying to finish my master right now. I'm so busy. But I promise Francis that when I'm done with the master this year, I'll basically say like the constitution. But AB, my brother, thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Yeah.
Thank
Let me
you.
say this to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. But I love that Samuel guy. Samuel speak with parable. And when you listen to some of the parables, it got so many meanings. Yeah. Samuel, that guy got wisdom. If you hear me, I know where is he? I know America or Australia.
He is in Australia. Samuel is
a strong
supporter.
That guy, I think he was
the talk show.
I think that dude is a I know his father. That guy got parable. You hearing me? So you're saying that he's a king of parable. That young man is a parable. That guy, the guy is that dude got wisdom. But Eddie, you know, my brother, it's not easy, but sometimes you get my number, call me, when they touch you, facing problem, we'll try to chip in. You know me. I don't want to see much on the show, but sometimes just do your best you can. Just call me. It's not easy in America, but try to call me. We'll try to chip in to see how best you can live the talk show.
Yeah.
But Liberian people, if you need to Africa talk show tonight, 2023, vote right. If you feel you're suffering, vote right. If you feel like it's not going better, vote right. Let me tell you something. If you vote wrong, Rufus year will not suffer. In the first place, trust me, I'm in USA. I can't suffer. My children here. I get none beside my only one adopted daughter in America. My only one daughter in America that I'm trying to adapt to bring to America. But all my biological is here.
Thank you.
When I go to Liberia tomorrow, I want to go bullshitter. Liberia say bullshitter and come back to America. I'm my home here. But if you don't vote right, we will regret it, but you will suffer. When you vote right, then we'll come to help you. We are learning America so much, and we can't help. We're gonna am I so talking right now? But we can't help because we are led too much unfortunately. For me, I got 2 degrees. I'm almost to fulfill my 1 master's degree. We can't help to make your system better for you. But for me, I want to go. Baby, thank you, Francis, my brother. I come in if I go you see grandpa. I don't know where I'll meet you, but my brother, I will invite you on to the summer so you can come to me. But I will sorry my brother. AB, thank you so much, my brother. AB, thank you. Let God be with you. Let God be with this show. But call me, my brother. Call me. Yeah, call me.
I will call you after the show.
Yeah, call me, my brother. Call me. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Let take the other person they're calling. Let hear from this person. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Brother, you want to listen to your receiver or you want to listen to your phone? All right. Okay. We don't have time for that. Anyway, we want to say thank you very much for tuning in. You can also go to our YouTube page. It's called Unze Abraham, and we can broadcast from there. But don't forget, come here tomorrow the same time, same place. Don't miss the fascinating news. Thank you, and God be with you. Lock the door. Bye-bye for now.
We are one. We are one. Take a look at the estates. He's building.